What do I do with grief? How does grief fit into the grid?
Well, we want you to understand it like you want to understand any emotion. So the emotion of grief is attention to the absence of something wanted. And it took Esther a while to figure this out too, that while you think that what you are missing is your lover, what you're really missing is your alignment, and you are using the absence of your lover as your excuse. And it's big, but once you figure that out, because who would not have the most perfect validation in focusing in an attitude of loss about something? Surely there is no one on the planet who has greater justification for it. But these are the things that you've come to understand. There is not death, and therefore there cannot be loss of life. There is not absence of awareness. And so when you want something, over time, you develop this relationship. You want to be with this person. You want to understand what they think. You want them to be part of your life. You want it to be an eternal relationship. You want to feel the fullness of it. And when you use some bogus excuse like them leaving their body and not being there sitting at the breakfast table with you anymore as your reason to pronounce them gone, you deprive yourself of the wholeness of them, which we want to assure you is not gone. Grief is not the absence of your husband. Grief is the absence of your knowledge of how this whole thing works and who you really are and of the eternal nature of non-physical. Esther laughed after she got through what she considered to be the worst of it, as she realized that everybody's going to die. Everybody is going to have that experience. And how is it that humans have got themselves in such a knot to be resisting with such fervor the utter expected, inevitable experience, you see?
It's good for him. He's in a better place. It's me.
Well,
here.
You want him to tell you about it? Do you know what his better place is? His better place is right smack dab in the middle of your day, not worrying about anything. And when you worry about it, then you're depriving yourself of him being right smack dab in the middle of your day having the experience. Esther said at one point, I'm really not wanting to run around like a crazy lady who talks to her dead husband. And then she remembered she's been doing something sort of like that for many years. And then she thought, wouldn't it be nice if people could come to accept the eternal nature of our relationships? Wouldn't it be nice if we really could experience the best of both worlds? Wouldn't it be nice if? So then she started, just through her own experience, noticing on a morning that she was having a particularly hard time and couldn't get him to respond to her at all, not because he wasn't there responding, but because she was in a different vibrational frequency and could not hear it. So then she would say, I'm going to make myself busy. So she would put her headphones on and get her computer and go to work on the editing of some. And once she is involved in the energy of the seminar, suddenly she is full of him. He is piping in, giving her suggestions about the title of the track, giving her feelings of enthusiasm about that. She's actually hearing his commentary about what she's experiencing. And then he said to her, you know, Esther, when I was hanging around with you in this house in my body, I was usually over there, you were usually over there, and we rendezvoused several times a day and stopped to pat each other on the head or on the back or to say hello or share a meal or exchange a word. Now I'm with you while you edit. Now I'm there as you are contemplating. Now when you come to a realization, I revel in it with you. And Esther thought, I don't know why I've been letting myself feel the absence of him when this, in many ways, is way better. It's so much easier for him to drive the car in her than to sit over there as that backseat driver that he always was. It's so much easier for him to look down the road and give her a sensation of something. She's finding clarity that she knows belongs to him that she has never experienced before on subjects that were important to him and never important to her. In other words, and we want you to understand, this is not just happening to Esther because she's this special one who's learned to translate the vibration of Abraham. This is what all of you have the opportunity to experience if you will accept this simple and valid, we promise you, premise. There is no death. No one ever goes anywhere. They're not gone. They're present. And if you will look for the presence of them instead of beat the drum of the absence of them, your grief must go away, because your grief is not because they are gone. Your grief is because you are.